Hey, what's up, everyone? Mike with Imperial Tropicals here on another fun Friday. Except it's not been really fun lately, so we stopped calling it Fun Friday. So we'll let some people get on, and we'll give you guys some updates. Hey, good morning, Ginger. Let's see. Yeah, what's up, Ahmad, Kat, Lori? What's up? So, guys, it's been crazy. Wow. Um, the whole state of Florida ended up shutting down. So it looks like this virus is not going away, and it's um, it's affecting all of our lives like we've never seen in the history. You know, uh, so we're going day by day and trying to figure out what we could do. We made a lot of changes here at the farm. We're not allowing people to come by. So, we have, I think there's 11 of us here working. So, everybody that's working is, keeping their distance here at work and being safe, at home. That's the important thing is, for people to, you know, not be going out, around the public a lot. But, but yeah, this is it's crazy. I mean, never before have we ever seen anything like this. Um, we are still operating, taking care of the fish, but like I said, we're not open to the public. So we just canceled all appointments, and we're just everybody's kind of buckling down and not doing a whole lot of traveling. Unless it's emergency stuff. Um, we don't have in Polk County, the county that we're in. I think we have like 60 cases. But the problem is that in Florida we didn't have enough test kits. So and then there's been a big debacle on getting the results back, and it's just it's a mess. But just so you know, we are operating. We're not allowing people to come by the general public, but we're still shipping fish. So this is a good time while everybody's at home. Do your water changes. Take care of your babies, and enjoy your tanks. This is that's one thing about fish keeping is an aquarium is very relaxing just to sit in front of and watch nature. So basically, just enjoy your fish, stay home, stay inside. If you do go out, I've been out fishing a lot with my kids and my wife. I think we've been fishing, I don't know, more in the last 10 days than we have in the last couple of years. So we've been doing outdoor activities, but when we go out on the water, we're not around anybody. So we're kind of, I kind of like it. I like the social distancing, So but we're still selling fish. We can't shut down. As long as we feel safe here, at the farm, not having outsiders come in, then I feel safe still shipping fish, and we're going to keep doing it. So, dang, Chile man with the donation. I appreciate that, Chile man. Sorry about that. I got disconnected, but appreciate the donation, Chile man. It's going. It's scary, man. I mean, we've got this huge project that you see behind me, and we were 3 4 weeks away from being done, and this kind of put everything, I wouldn't say to a screeching halt because, like I said, we're still able to get stuff done, and luckily we're really isolated where our location is for Imperial. We've got a 40-acre piece of property that only us are on, so we don't have an apartment complex or a subdivision where we got people coming in and out. So we're you know really trying to stay safe and spend time with our family. It's been that part of it's been nice because before we were doing baseball like 4 nights a week, and I was tournaments every other weekend, and So now, since all those extra activities have stopped, we've been doing a lot of family stuff. So it's been that's been enjoyable. I've really enjoyed that part of it. Um, just to show you guys some of the warehouse, I'm gonna flip the camera around. Um, if I can figure out how, there we go. So we got a new stack of tanks ready to get painted next week. Um, Lots of 40s, still got some 75s to paint. Um, Here's the ones that we already painted. So Zach and Elijah's been doing a good job working on the racks. They put a coat of sealant on the wood racks. So um, I think we're going to be setting some tanks up there today. We sprayed these racks yesterday with some wood sealant just to help make sure that they're going to hold up to the moisture for a long time. I really like it. It turned out really great. I'm real happy with the sealant. You can see we still got the plastic down where we painted them with the sealant, but it's going to be really nice. We're going to put some tanks up there next week and start plumbing, and these two racks are done. And then we've got one more rack to build. It's actually a half of a rack. And then we're going to start plumbing and getting water in here. And, if we're able to keep operating, we're going to maybe have fish in here before too long. This is the last run we're going to do. And you guys that haven't been keeping up with it, we're doing these first 2 rows. And then once we get up and operating, we're going to do 2 more rows. And then we have a total of 7 rows of tanks that we're going to have. So 3/4 of this building will be nothing but aquariums. So super excited. But like I said, just it's really stressful right now with all the uncertainty. I feel, just so lucky that we're able to keep working. The fish farm here is recognized as agricultural, so we're able to continue operating, and I feel very fortunate because I know a lot of people that are getting laid off right now, and it's scary times. Scary times. I know the government's supposed to step in there and help everyone, but we can't depend on the government. That's we've got to be self-sufficient and try to be strong. It's I'll go over here and show you guys some fish, but we're still in a severe drought right now. We haven't got any rain for over a month, and it cooled off a little bit this week, but it's been extremely hot. Been in the 90s for the last couple weeks. Like I said, it cooled down for a couple days this week, but it's starting to warm back up. So hey man, another donation. Let me get out of the sun. I can't see the comments. And see that one came in from Europe. Man, appreciate that. I see it's in euros. LK, man, thank you for the donation, man. Joseph, I see Joseph's on. What's up, Joe? Stay safe in New York, Joe. We got some plants for the garden here. Those will be going in the ground this weekend. So yeah, I agree, Long Beach. 1200 is just a real temporary help, but at least it's something. So better than nothing. So hopefully everybody, by staying isolated, will stop the spread of this stuff and get our lives back. Because I know most Americans are paycheck to paycheck, and it's once the work stops, it gets pretty scary. So all right, let me go get actually I just walked by a net. Let me go get that net. Lonnie's asking about the red empress. I should be able to show you the red imps. Take it on this side. Somebody else is asking about the German reds. So, Ricas, Cuticeps, Rhodesii, J-Los, OBs. The Johnson eyes are looking really nice. Sorry, I was starting to get a phone call. You know, I need to find out where the red imps are. There's some of the German reds. A couple males showing pretty good color. See some of them starting to color up pretty nice. Lots of juvies in there, not colored up. We did bring in some nice Borlii. They're looking really nice. Nice red from Borlii. Some color up nice. Yeah, I don't know where the red emperors are. I don't see them. They might have them in another room. Really haven't been in the greenhouses a whole lot. Mainly been over there working with the warehouse. The yellow blades, I showed you those guys last week. Blue regals, OBs. See some of the OBLEs coloring up really nice. Blue regals are looking nice. A couple nice males coming up right there. Yellow blades are looking hot. Lemon jakes are looking good. They've got coming up down. Really nice yellow on those guys. Alright, we'll get some of these questions. Yeah, next time I'll show them. Hey, do you know where the red empress are? Are they in Zach's room, or have you seen them? I'll ask Mark on a scene. And 6? Okay. See some of the German blue rams. These guys are looking nice. Red, black, and Napas. Looks like Mike put them in a bigger grow-out tank. That's the wild type angel that we're breeding. These guys are looking real nice. And what else did we get this week? Showed you guys this filter last week. Pretty excited about how it's working. Alright, while I keep it on the tank here, I'm going to answer some of these questions. Long Beach, I showed some of the OBs from the top. Miguel Clinton made it just in time. Spectabilis. Oh man, I just walked out of that room. I think they're just starting to show color on the spectabilus. Nice. What's up? Blue Peacock's on. Nice. Oh yeah, Joe's asking about the walking catfish. So we actually cleaned out that big pond that I showed off last Friday. We did get some walking catfish out of that pond, but we've been able to get a lot of the walking catfish off the farm. There's still a few ponds that we are seeing some in, but we, this is the dry season, so we're trying to clean out all the walking catfish. But yeah, they caused us a lot of problem last year, but seems like we're getting it under wraps this year. Midnight Keeper, what's up? LK's asking about eels. No, I mean, we got, the gold dojo loaches and stuff like that, but none of the fire eels or anything like that right now. Matthew's asking about albino Turkish. We're growing them up still, so nice. Joe said his Cenodontus had babies. Nice. That must have been either the Petricolas or the multipunctatus. Yeah, that's good. All right, guys. I know I might have missed some questions, but just try to answer them as I'm in. Got the border rivers. A couple males showing really nice color in there. We've been getting a lot of buffalo head cichlids. Those guys are nice. The albino millenniums. The Weimiller Ina, we've been getting asked about these guys a lot lately. We've got babies growing up, quite a few, so it's just going to take a little bit of time for them to grow. So I need to get a light on that tank. Mike set up a 22. Looks like he put some multifasciatus in there. New breeders. It's just a grow out tank. Oh, yeah, Mike pulled some breeder or eggs on those discus too. I'll go show you those guys. See some more angel babies here. Pair of Pistostrama cockatoids. Females all looking nice. Trying to see. Oh, we got the lights turned off on this side. All these fish are going to show up. Seriously, they're taking some pictures and some video. This is one of the red-black mappers. Alright, guys, I'm going to go out here and answer a few questions and wrap it up. Let's see, I'll flip the camera lens around. Alright, let me get her in the shade over here. Alright. So, just, to give you guys a refresher on what I was talking about earlier is that right now we are still shipping fish. We're not allowing people to come by and pick out fish or pick up fish. So we're only shipping. And we haven't had any issues shipping. So I talked to the UPS people and they said that they're having no trouble. There's not a lot of packages in the air right now, so shipping has not been a problem. So we're continuing to take care of the fish, breed the fish, and just trying to keep a low profile here. So I hope everybody's doing the same thing at home. This is a great time to enjoy your fish tank. These are stressful times, and this is the time to work on your tank and keep up with your water changes and take care of your babies. Tanks are very relaxing, and I hope everybody's getting their enjoyment out of their fish right now, because right now we need it. So let's hope, you know, each week that goes by, let's hope it gets a little bit better, and maybe in a few months we could continue our lives and get back to normal. I think, hopefully just everybody stays safe and keeps the virus, contained to where they're not getting other people around it. So if you guys got any questions, now would be the time to ask them. Um, Armando's asking if we're planning on breeding albino hecli. Yes, we do. We have some breeders growing up now, and they're starting to show signs of breeding. So, um, yeah, Joe said those were petricolas that he bred. Dang, Mobile, Alabama, RN. Nice. Thank you for the donation. So my favorite shell dweller, I'd say the gold ocellatus, because they're so hard to get. I mean, it seems like I can't find those guys everywhere. Every time I try to get some, they ended up selling out. So those are probably the hottest of the shell dwellers. But I like the Similis. I think they're really, really cool. I like all the shellies. I like the personality of them. Just a fun fish to keep, and lots of personality with them. So, but the gold ones are probably the most popular. Nice. Chad Blockeninger says he's got 10 more rainbows. Yeah, we really expanded our rainbows the last year. We've got a lot more types, and we got a lot of more types that we're breeding, and we should be, having available to the hobby soon. So the rainbows are really nice, really popular. Super excited about the rainbows. Matthew is asking about the star sapphires. 3 to 4 inch males, when will they be available? So we had to save everything back for breeders. We had somebody that was breeding them last year, and just lots of issues. We weren't getting the fry that we normally would, so we had to put them on hold, and now we're breeding them, and we should be back in, but it's probably going to be towards the end of summer. We might put up some like 4-inch males extras that we have, but it'll only be a handful. So LK with another donation, man. Thank you. Appreciate that from Europe. I like getting euros. So appreciate that. That goes to support what we do here at Imperial. So your donations are appreciated. I don't ask for them. You guys are just kind enough to help us out and help support us. You guys that are buying the fish, that's greatly appreciated, because that's just awesome. That's how we survive. So don't hesitate to order from us right now. Like I said, we are shipping. So LK's asking, do we have any info about the African freshwater gobies? No, I'm not real familiar with gobies from Africa. Most of the gobies that I'm familiar with they come from like Indonesia and Asia countries, like the Striding gobies would be one, but I'm not sure about the African ones. But most gobies require fast flowing and soft water, so they like the current. All gobies do, and they like softer water. And a lot of them, if you get them, they only like live foods. So they might eat like frozen bloodworms and stuff like that. I've heard of them eating pellet food, but I've never had much success feeding gobies anything but live foods and frozen foods. But they're a lot of fun to keep. I know that. They're not easy to breed. I know there's not been a lot of reported breeding of gobies. A lot of gobies are brackish water, so that's another thing that makes them a little bit more difficult. Chevy's asking about the angel in the corner. Must be timeout and timeout. I don't know. Maybe Mike might have been getting one beat up. My good friend David Boozer saying the best tropical fish come from Florida. I agree, David, 100%. That's what we do. Yep. how is it going with the black rams? Are they breeding? We had one spawn last week by accident, but the black rams we get from a local guy that breeds them. He's a friend of ours, and so that was just the sellers actually bred for us in the cellar tank. But he is saving all the jet black ones, the ones I think they call them the Dark Knights, back, and so each generation it's getting better and better. Like I just got some in this week from him, and there's a lot more black on them, so they're looking real good. Jack's asking about how do you tell the difference between a male and a female threadfin Akira. So the male will have a little bit longer trailers. Really, the body shape. The male will be a little bit taller of a body. Fins will be a little bit more kicked out. I'm sure, almost positive that if you Google threadfin Akira sexing or male and a female, somebody had did up a nice photograph of a male and a female side by side, and you could see an obvious difference, especially when they're mature. The catfish you have in the pool, I think you got from Australia. Not sure if you had any luck breeding them. No, those came from South America. Those are the Hypostomus luteus. They came from Argentina, and we haven't had any luck breeding them. But I haven't given up on them. I still have them, even though people are trying to buy them from us. But those are our babies. There was a reported breeding of them. I just started seeing it last week. Some F1s being offered. I want to say Glazers out of Germany was offering them. So that would be the second time that they've been bred in captivity. So hopefully, as it goes on, there'll be more and more of those available. So Joe with the donation. Joe, man, I really do appreciate it. I know you guys are even in a worse spot up there in New York. I'm thinking about Vito and his family. I know he messaged us the other day and said they were doing good, but Vito and his wife both have the coronavirus, and they're staying home and just weathering out the storm. So hopefully everybody else is healthy and doing good. Larry's saying, what's up? He's got to see Fun Fridays now for the next 3 weeks. Well, I guess that's good and bad, Larry. I'm sorry you're going to have to be home for 3 weeks. But like I said, this is, the fish keeping is a lot of stress relief, you know. So, guys, dig into your tanks, enjoy them. This is a good time to stay indoors and enjoy your fish. Dragon's Lair is asking where do we get the matte filters. Those comes from Swiss Tropicals, my good friend Stefan Tanner. So if you Google Swiss Tropicals, you can order them from his website, and just tell Stefan that we sent you to him, and he'd take good care of you anyways. But just let him know that we're sending you guys to him, because he's been a good friend of mine for many years, and I love supporting my friends, So, dang, Ahmad's donation, man, Ahmad, thank you. Yeah, it's back to normal, but it's day to day. We don't know what tomorrow has in store, so we're just trying to do everything we can to be prepared. So, Harvey's asking for some Dark Knight Rams. They're coming. So he's working on them. So, Chris Macias is asking, what is the best way to breed fish? What is the highest success rate, in particular African cichlids? So African cichlids is a pretty big, span of fish. So like if you're talking about the Lake Malawi fish, like peacocks and haps and mabunas, those are pretty easy to breed. Just good food, water changes. They can be aggressive, so you might make sure you got plenty of hiding spots, but they're not very difficult to breed. The Tanganyikan cichlids, some of them are easy, some of them are a little bit harder, but I would say in general the Tanganyikan cichlids are more difficult. The mouth brooding ones are easier, like the Tropheus types. Those are pretty easy. And Frontosa, especially the Brundies, they're not too hard. But when you get into, some of the more difficult ones, like the Calvus and stuff like that, they could be a little bit more difficult. But basically with any fish, the best tip is good water quality, keeping up with your water changes, and a good diet that fits the fish that you're keeping. So by having the proper diet, good quality water, fish will naturally breed on their own. Some fish require certain types of habitat in the tank to be able to breed. You know, some might require a rock to go hide behind or in. Some of them, South American fish, they might need wood in the tank. You know, so just research whatever fish you're keeping and try to mimic the natural environment, and they're pretty easy to breed. So Matthew's asking about the new food. It's kind of everything got put on hold right now. So hopefully, once this clears up with the coronavirus, we can look at it. But we would like to carry our own brand of food. I feed probably 12 different types of food here on the farm, and we don't offer them up for sale. But that's because we're working with the manufacturers to make us a custom food. But all that got put on hold. But it's in the works. It's in the works. Chris Ramey is asking, how do you tell the difference between a male and a female Venustus? So the male will definitely start getting some color when he gets mature. You'll start seeing some blue and some yellow on the Venustus. So that's a sure way, is that the female does not get the bright colors like the male does, but they have to start getting mature. Sometimes at 3 inches you can start seeing a little bit, but usually it's 4 inches or bigger you start really seeing the difference on the Venustus. But they're pretty easy. Alan Wilson's saying the only African gobies that he knows of are from Lake Tanganyika, and he says there's a few species available in Tanganyika. Yeah, that's right. I've seen some gobies, and there's some little tiny catfish and stuff like that from Tanganyika. So Miguel's asking what we do with the walking catfish. The walking catfish are an invasive fish to Florida and to us here on the farm, and they eat all our other fish, and they're very, very invasive. So they just kind of take over. So we euthanize the walking catfish so they do not spread. William's asking about anything with new swordtails. Not really. I mean, we've got a few new types that we're breeding, but they're not anywhere near being ready. But I think once the warehouse is up, we're going to start bringing in a lot of new types of live bears, because I'm a big fan of them. Yeah, LK saying he's got an established Malawi tank with a 4-inch Johanni running the show, so it might not work. Yeah, I wouldn't put anything that's not equal temperament to the Johanni in the tank. Gabriel, what's up? Adam Hudson said he's already bought the mat and filters. Nice. When you guys order from Stefan, make sure you tell him I said hello. So Chris is asking, are OB Dragon Bloods easy to breed? Yes. There is a lot of culling involved because not all of them will be OB and the right color, but any kind of Alanacara species peacock is easy to breed. Clayton from the University of Florida's lab in Ruskin's on. Nice. What's up, Clayton? The University of Florida has been just a awesome, resource for us to learn about breeding new fish and just aquaculture in general. So shout out to those guys for all the hard work they've done. No problem, Matthew. I appreciate the support you give and what I can give back as far as information and how to keep these fish better. That's the least I could do. I appreciate your guys' support. Drayden's answering about those gobies. He's got the name up there, Enteromodus. He believes, or at least one African species of goby that I've seen. Parasitum madama, I believe, not too common. Yeah, probably most of the gobies, even the ones from Tanganyika, are all wild caught. So there's not a lot of wild caught fish brought in just because it's so difficult to get them from the wild. ZZ Top, what's up, bro? Thumbs up on the live bears. Chris is asking when the ruby reds become fully red. Um, 4 or 5 inches, usually by 4 inches, they're start showing really good red. A lot of it is the breeding dress. You know, having females in the tank and being the dominant fish really brings out the colors. So most of the pictures you see on our website are pictures of males when they're full blown breeding dress. So you know sometimes you don't get that in an all male tank because whoever the dominant male is in the tank, the other guys are kind of turning down their colors so they don't get picked on. So um, Links is saying he heard the ACA was canceled. Yes, that is correct. I got the email yesterday that the ACA is not happening. In fact, I think pretty much all events are canceled up until September. I haven't heard of, you know, there's some that are, you know, still pending, but yeah, that sucks because the ACA in Sacramento was our time to go see everybody on the West Coast, you know. So you know, hopefully, like I said, there's more important things right now. I wouldn't feel safe traveling right now to, you know, out of state. So everybody just stay low, and then maybe we could just get our normal life back here pretty soon. Mobile, Alabama RN says, hope my mom's safe in Alabama. She's ready to come back home. Like she's calls me, I don't know how many times a day, sometimes 8, 9 times a day. So she's ready to come back home. She's missing all of us. I told her that there's no reason to come back. I said where you're at in Alabama is a lot safer than it is in Florida. They're basically out in the boondocks of Alabama where they don't have very many neighbors. And I was like, just you know, find a hobby up there. Stay busy. you know. Jack, we'll make it out there. We're definitely going to make it to the West Coast. So Chris Biggs got jumped on. He said they got a foot of snow last night in Winnipeg. Nice. Yeah, I miss it. I miss it. I need just a couple days of snow and then I could come back to the sunshine. So well, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I appreciate all the support. Again, we are still shipping fish, so don't hesitate to order. We're having no trouble getting orders out. So just email us if you have questions. But the website is open for business, and we appreciate everybody's support through all this hard times right now. I know, a lot of people are in a lot worse shape than us, so I feel very, very, very fortunate that we're still able to be out and on the farm and taking care of the fish. So, we appreciate all the support from everybody. So. Chris Ramey, real quick, I'll answer yellow blaze when they get their blue. When they get mature, on most of these fish, you're looking at 3 inches to 4 inches. You'll start seeing the males color up. So, um, so cool, guys. Stay safe. Again, I appreciate the support, and give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you like the video. We are going to be, last thing I'll make an announcement about for you guys that didn't jump off yet. We're going to do a giveaway. Our Imperial Fish Keepers group on Facebook. This is called the Imperial Tropicals Fish Keepers. It's about to hit 4,000, so we're going to do a giveaway with our Facebook group. And then we're going to probably do another giveaway on our main Facebook page for everybody that's left reviews for us on Google and Facebook and the website. We're going to do a giveaway, so just to show you guys our support. So guys, thank you and enjoy your weekend, and we will talk at you next Friday. Thank you. Stay safe.